Hello friends, I am Kanchan from Akulmach Technologies and you are welcome to our show Roundtable Discussion. And today we have very interesting personality on our show. Let me introduce you one by one. First, let me introduce you Indra Sharma, who is the head of the department of a senior DAV Public School, Dayanand Vihar, Delhi. And she has been awarded by Ministry of Human Resource for her contribution in education. So welcome to the show, Indraji. How are you today?
Hello, good.
And
Nice.
our next guest is Ritu Gupta, who is a PR professional. She is also having her own PR organization, Four Seasons, and currently she is also working as a professor of mass communication in one of the prestigious university. So welcome to the show, Ritu.
Thank you. Thank you.
Today we are discussing about the impact of online training, online education on students. So, what are your ideas on this online education and how it will impact the development of students? So, anybody can have this question?
Okay, see the online education, let's face the reality that online thing is going to stay because this online thing has become, it was there, but it has become popular with the pandemic because that's the need of the hour. It is going to stay. Now it is up to us that we crib about it or we take it in our strength and then we develop this. So online education has got certain weaknesses also, but then it has certain strength also. And the strength is that you can do your online education at your own pace, anywhere, from any place. And also it develops creativity. Although it cannot come up to the par like something like, one-to-one interaction we had with our students in the classroom. That is anyway, you cannot say that is the best, but then this is the need of the hour. So with online education we have to be more creative because you have to make online interesting. And how do you make it interesting? So you have to be very creative because we don't have any other answer. This is the need of the hour and we have no other option than to go for the online education.
Yes, perfectly. Because I also see that there's no scope in the near future when students
No
start
scope.
attending classes and go to the school because
Yes.
due to this pandemic, though school culture and school structure provide immense opportunities for the development. So I would
Absolutely.
like to know the ideas of Mrs. Indra Sharma on this subject.
I think children they're learning in this new situation. The children have learned a lot. They are learning a lot. Some few years back, CBSE started one program that was a PEC program, the PEC cards program. The CBSE they started a program, PEC card program, which was like in a playway situation. How can they integrate with different subjects like English, mathematics, and all the other subjects. So this is now this time they have really got the opportunity to learn in a very practical way. Other day, I just got an opportunity to evaluate one competition which DAV Dayanand Vihar had only organized it. So when I evaluated, I was surprised. The children have done online competitions so well. How they had integrated the play activities with the different subjects, like how in English there are so many concepts like opposites and so many things they learn in a playway method. They were learning online, the small kids, you know, and they were learning, and maths also, they were learning tables, they were learning so many in a different way. So children in this time also they are learning so much in the staying in the rooms, they in a playway method where their parents, their grandparents, all are involved. all are involved and they are learning a lot. This has become from traditional ground learning, classroom learning. It has changed, but children are learning the new way, the new way, the new norm which will be happening in these later years. What they'll be learning, they are learning a lot.
Uh,
And they are at home also, when they are involved so much, they are uh, with the family, they are learning, they are in their own way, they are learning. It's not but we cannot replace it with the actual situation, the actual environment, where they used to meet their peers, they used to meet other children, that they'll be missing,
I
which
agree because,
yeah.
there have been certain universities in India. I don't know whether I should be naming them or not, but there was always online education. Like I did my MBA through online and it was through Symbiosis Pune. So online education was always there. But then during pandemic, it has become very popular because this is the only thing and you can't just let your child not to study. They have to study. So, but the actual education which you get in the classroom with your teacher one to one and your friends sitting with you, the classmates, that has got no, you cannot match it with anything. That is the best education. But then with online, we have got to know certain things, students, as far as the children, they have, I mean, even the teachers, our computer literacy has improved a lot. We were using computers, we were there online, but till a certain level. Now it has improved, and also all of us, the students and the teachers, we are very much into research work now because we give project to the students. They were doing the projects before also, but it has become too much of researched work now. So that way it has added on to our gray matter also.
Yeah, I feel though, because Ritu, we are talking about people who are already been in schools and they are now pursuing courses like MBA, so they have the understanding to really cope up with this kind of situation. But as at personal level, I feel in few children there's a loss of motivation and a sense of self discipline which is lacking and which is needed due to online study, and that is
Absolutely. That
the
is
major
true.
struggle for children. But
That, yeah.
then I also feel that online classes has brought a new sense of normalcy because everybody is online. And you have made a good point when you say that people are starting learning more computers. I mean, the computer operations, they are into more. And like Indra also said that you cannot match online and the school education. But I think that has become new normalcy in these pandemic days, and give the students being given way to really study and use their time productively. And I think this is something which is a blessing for a parent also, because living at home alone, not doing anything, so that will also spoil children. Now my question is, how far we our children can learn through this online? Is there any lacking skill which students are not being or taught during these online classes?
Yeah, that personal one-to-one touch is lacking. And also, when you go to school, there is a discipline. You get up in the morning, you wash yourself, you go to school, you do your prayers also, you wish your teachers, and your body language in front of the teacher, it is well disciplined. With online education, that particular part is lacking now. I mean, many of the times, at least school kids, I still feel that school kids are, even in online, they are much more disciplined. When it comes to slightly senior students, they really, I mean, they have the power not to switch on their video. You cannot have education without looking at the face of your teacher. You have to face your teacher. You have to look to her. So there are certain things which is like, that personal level of interaction, it is missing. And obviously, to have online, very frankly, every student does not come from resourceful family. Like if you have four people in the family and both the parents are working online, they are working from home, and even the brother, sister, or two kids, even if they have two kids, everyone has to have their own system or the phone. You have to have your data also. This is one thing with students, this is a major problem in the families, that you have to have your own system or the telephone, and you have to have a strong wi-fi system, because without that you cannot have online education. That
Yes.
is one problem I've
Yeah,
seen.
yes, very true. So, Indra, since you have handled all senior classes, especially in physical education, so how you feel these kind of education, which I feel is very, very necessary for growing children. So, how
Yes.
this being impacted through this online classes?
Now they senior children, kids can still learn, but it is a bit difficult for the senior students. It will be difficult for them to have. They can learn about skills, sports skills, and other skills. They can learn it, but practically it won't be possible. They have to get back to the classrooms,
Absolutely,
and they have
absolutely.
to adapt. They have to adapt to the changing times. They have to adapt to the changing times. Then only they can learn.
I what I feel is that the online courses has given an opportunity for children from a very beginning to be self motivated and self. They should learn to become self disciplined, and they should feel more about the education, the kind of responsibility they have. So I think this has given a window of opportunities for growing children to get more self-disciplined and motivated. And of course, one point which Ritu has said that they are more computer savvy now. They know more about computer as before when they were going to school. But what are the
But then
downsides?
I, I want to add certain words. Sorry, I'm interrupting, but I want to add one thing. Online education is the cause of social isolation also.
Yes,
Yes,
I know there are
yes,
many children who are suffering
Please think
from these
about it,
kind of things.
social
yes.
isolation, because the kid is attending the class in the room, one of the room. When they get over from the class, they get into social media, they want to watch web series, they want to do certain kind of thing. So that interaction is missing. Interaction which you have with your teacher, with your friends, with your instructor in the school. When you come back in the school bus, you have the bus wala bhaiya and everything. That is a big problem, and it's going to be a big problem later on. The psychological issues it is going to create.
Yes, definitely. I think this is one of the major issue which is arising due to this online education and online
Yes.
trainings. Um, so,
I
what we have to do actually to really cover up? I mean, these kind of uh, things which are lacking in education and which are very crucial to the development of children. Yeah, and do you have any idea of what we can do for our children?
uh, when one thing, when the children they study at home, online education, like they should they should sit in proper postures. They don't the posture, good posture at this, for kids it's very important at early years, very important to have so they tend to sit in on the beds and they are studying online, but they need to I'm worried, like they don't sit in proper postures
I
uh,
agree.
while studying, which is very, and they'll have health implications in later life. They are going to face. They are going to still. They need to have, very important to have a good right posture, and they have to, all the children and studying online, they need to they need to make self goals. They have to, and those who are motivated, they will definitely do it. Those who are motivated, but those who need a little strictness, those who have to be brought down in classroom. Teacher used to bring those the children, those who didn't take interest, they made them do it. But here in online education, this will be a bit different. Those who are
This is,
motivated and those who are
yes.
concentrated in the work, they will do great. But what about others? But at this stage, we have to take everyone and move forward. We have to take everyone. That's
And I feel
like
when we had
socialization.
one-to-one, yeah, when we had one-to-one class, the teacher had more liberty and she would always use her liberty in the positive manner. With online classes, she's always under the scanner. You know, you cannot keep a teacher always under the scanner.
Yes.
Every human being has got a different way of teaching.
Right.
You cannot always scan the teacher. And parents are doing that, which is bad.
Okay, so actually we were discussing if the children are at the moment, as Indra said, that most of the children are motivated and they have discipline at their places, at their home. But there are certain students, even in the class also, they need to get lessons of discipline. But what when they
Yes.
are not disciplined on in the online classes, during online classes? So I want to know what will be the impact in these growing, maybe a student who's studying in class 4th, 5th, 6th, because these are very crucial years for the development. So what else beside this? Because in any case, we cannot send our children in the school at the moment due to this pandemic. So what else we can give these students as a parent or as a teacher to enhance their personality so that they should also feel happy about it? Online classes sometimes become a burden for children, and I've seen myself. And sometimes they also children also get bored out of it because same routine every day. There's nothing new. Teacher comes online, she teaches lesson and she goes away, which is very different from the students who are going to the school. They have playground. So what they are interacting, as both of you was mentioning. So what else we can really do to support our children?
See, there should be some kind of workshop for the parents also, along with the students, for self motivation and time management skills. It's very important. Self motivation and time management. This is the only thing you can do. And you know, social interaction, we cannot do anything about it right now. We cannot do any. We'll have to wait for, I think, few more months. And we should take it in a positive manner, that it is a practice based learning, but then there should be an awareness for parents also, because parents also you know, we don't think about teachers and parents. Teachers and parents, they both are struggling also. Both are struggling from their own end. Parents are struggling, teachers are struggling. So let's do something. Let's create something for both parents and the teachers. We are only talking about students, but students are there because of their teachers. They are there because of the parents also. So both these people, they also need some kind of motivation workshops also.
Okay, so any last comment, Indra, would you like to tell to our viewers?
Uh, Yeah, one thing is that they have learned, they are learning, children have learned, their computer skills have really sharpened now. But
Yes,
I think they'll be very happy to go back to the school, meet their teachers,
absolutely.
their friends, it's really going to be great, But whatever, they have adapted. Whatever happened in this unfortunate or fortunate period, they have learned it their own way, and once they are they are back, their children will be very happy indeed. And I'm
But
waiting.
one thing I can assure, this time when students are back to the school, because this is what I get to talk to my neighbors, their kids also, they will not bunk the classes. That's what they say. This time we go back to school, we will not bunk the classes.
Okay, okay.
They'll have new
great
norms.
input. There's a great input.
They'll have to wear.
Yes.
Yeah, that is there. Yeah.
So
They'll have to.
yes.
They have to be disciplined, very disciplined now.
Right.
They have to learn a lot of things.
So in the end, I just want to tell and summarize this discussion is that we cannot do anything at the moment because we have to cope up with the online classes for our children. And at the same time, the technology has also added a visual experience for our children with the hike of technological animation development and how to really reach to our children. And I've seen that teachers are also struggling, as Ritu has mentioned. Definitely they are struggling, but so far what I have seen is that all the teachers are giving a very good education on online classes. As far as our children are concerned, of course, for few months they will be missing interaction, social interaction, and talking to their friends and playing on the ground because due to this pandemic. But we are hopeful. And what I feel when they go to the school, maybe after a year or so, maybe longer, I think they will be more responsible, more disciplined, and more technology savvy. So it was so wonderful to talk to you, Indra, and so good to talk to you, Ritu. We'll meet again with some interesting topic in our next discussion. Till then, bye-bye. Take care.
Bye-bye. Take care. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you so much.